Hello everybody, Simon with Quigg and Bullion here, and today I want to cover a little bit of a collection purchase and just give you guys a bit of an update on the business and how I'm doing. But let's cover the cases. Cases are nice and stockpiled right now. Steel cents available on the website, spot +3 on some of the premium stuff. Little bit of gold available left if you guys are interested in that. And guys, I always like to advertise, and the show is coming up. I will be set up October 10, 11, and 12th for the Northwest Money Show here in Minnesota. If you guys are available, come stop by, say hi. I'm always happy to meet you guys and enjoy the show. So pin that and come see me or any of the other dealers, really. So you've got that, and then got a little bit of premium silver left. Some of this stuff has sold as of the time of recording, but everything that is available will be on the website. Still generics, ton of Carson City Morgans, guys. Oh my gosh, I am totally filled up on those. I'm still looking to add though as customer demand continues to increase and the business continues to grow. And all the slabs here. I did order more of these trays. So typically I have like 2 trays and I ordered a few more to put in the cases to make sure they are all spread out nice, not kind of overflowing like there. And then paper currency, guys, there was a nice demand. I had a lot of people message me on one of the last videos about some of the paper currency that I showed off. So I probably will make a point to start uploading that to the website. I will, you can see here, that's a stack of paper. I did buy more currency in this collection. So for kind of bulk commodity items, red and blue seal stuff, and then things that can't be really individually priced, we'll just bulk out. I'll put those on the website at a fixed price and just stock them as I get them in. But then there's a lot of other things here, you know, a little nicer Hawaiian note, some experimental notes, gold certificates, some horse blankets, some Federal Reserve notes, wood chopper, sawhorse, Confederate, that kind of stuff. That will eventually make its way to the website, but as of right now, if you're interested in that kind of thing, please reach out to me and I will take care of you as best as I can. Few slabs, just kind of miscellaneous stuff. Some of it's on the website and some of it may or may not make it there at some point. I still have this Indian head cent book. I did offer to a few people and I'm not gonna have any action on it right now as I am taking a little time off and doing my taxes, but that is a totally nice book. You saw that in a past video. Some of the coins did sell out of it, so I reduced the price based on that. So check that out. Potentially in the future, if it's still available, I will mention that in the next video as that comes out. But that's just a review of the showcases. Let's dive in. I'll do a little cover of the collection I just purchased, and then we'll talk about state of the market and kind of how the business is going and potential direction for me moving forward. Nothing is going to change, all good things. So let's dive in and talk about it. All right, everybody, so let's dive in, and I am going to kick off with a few things that subscribers sold to me. Reminder, guys, if you are looking to sell collections or trade things that you currently have, please reach out to me. I am trying to respond as fast as possible, kind of as in order as things come in. A lot of these people are local, but also if you are not local, basically send me a list of what you have. I'll give you a number or a trade value for the shop, and then we just work it out from there. And then you ship me the items, and I either ship out my end or I send you the cash via check or electronic payment. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me, and I am happy to work something out with you guys. But first thing here is a 1893 Carson City glue residue cleaned, and pretty well cleaned. You can see some of this yellow sticky stuff on there. You know, back in the day, basically what people would do is they would put these in the coins in their albums, and they'd put like a strip of tape across them to keep them in the album from falling out. And this has some of that glue residue left on it. You can see the yellow on there, and it is also not just glue residue, but it's cleaned. So I'm just going to sell this as a genuine VG coin. It's nice. It's got actually pretty reasonable eye appeal. So this will be for sale on the website. I think I'm going to shoot for that $400 mark, which is about $20 under gray sheet wholesale. I traded a subscriber for this, so he was happy, I was happy, and we both get to enjoy the things that we have. The next thing here is a 1917 Philadelphia. So a fun thing about the Standing Liberty Quarters is that they allow the full head designation through AU. So AU mint state, where some places, like Mercury Dimes, you can't have a full split bands. On a AU coin, or like for cents, you can't have a red coin be AU. So that is just a kind of very interesting designation here. But this is a 1917 Philly type 1. So that is the exposed breast and then no stars below the eagle. And of course it's CAC certified. And this is going to be like a over retail kind of coin. These are just really tough to find, and actually has really, really nice eye appeal. This will probably be in that, I would say, $400 range. I'm not quite sure on that, but it will be available on the website shortly after the video is live. And most of this other stuff is just bulk commodity things from the collections. Next thing would be from subscribers is I had someone drop off proof 90%. This is loose, nothing too crazy. I have a few people that do specifically buy this. So at one point I was mixing it in with the 90%, but I have a few dedicated buyers of this stuff, basically just selling it for the melt silver value. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And I got a few more complete proof sets, silver proof sets. So those would be included in that. Basically sell it for the silver, and then I get, or I ask rather, 2 times face on the clad, which in these doesn't really move the needle. It's basically free in that stuff there. So those are the trades and acquisitions from subscribers, and we'll get into the collection here. So a few things that they had, basically around $4,000 or $5,000 worth of stuff, and they wanted to consolidate and then be able to trade it into something a little more value dense. So I ended up trading them some 10-ounce bars that they were very happy about. Their kids will be happy, their grandkids will be happy, being able to store that value instead of just taking the cash. So a few proof sets here. I ship a lot of these. I don't offer them for sale really, as it is kind of difficult to track what dates I have, the condition, etc. So I just save up until I get like 40 of them or whatever and ship them off to the wholesaler and make a few bucks a piece on something like that. Silver dollars here, nothing too crazy. Varying condition, 21s. There's really only one semi-nicer one. The 78 is all right. 78 Philly. So I'm kind of back into accumulating silver dollars. I've got maybe a tube or so here of those. I've got a stack of commemorative dollars. Basically, at the end of the day, I'm selling these for their silver value to you guys, and I also ship them wholesale if I get enough to the point where I can include them in an order there. I got some few silver eagles, nothing crazy, no better dates for these. Random, this is like a 25-gram round, and this will probably just end up in the showcase for the silver value. And there was a lot of albums. The last time I bought a chunk of albums, most of them, if not all of them, were complete. These were pretty much all partial albums, so they got broken down except for just a few here. And the wheat cents go in here, nothing crazy. I get a lot of this stuff that go into bins. If you guys are interested in buying this kind of stuff, please reach out to me and I'll get you some pricing on that. Other random things, this was in there, nothing crazy. This might be a giveaway or an auction or something at some point there. Little bit of an obsolete note, not super fancy, maybe throw 15 bucks or something like that on that in the showcase and someone will enjoy that. Got some exchangeable things. So I am also accumulating exchangeable coins and currency. Mostly being up in here in Minnesota, it's almost all Canadian. So I save dimes, quarters, and halves. Or not, yeah, dimes and quarters mostly. Halves are the older ones. These are all the large size Canadian dollars. I am pretty sure I can exchange these. I have someone that I ship this kind of stuff to, and they kind of pay me out. So I need to connect with them and make sure I can ship these before I send these over and pay for the shipping costs. But there are those there. I kind of just chuck all the random foreign metals things together when I'm buying collections, and this is a by weight thing, so I buy it and sell it by the weight. There's a few quarters in here for Canadian stuff that I'll pick out, and I don't think that there was anything else in here that really struck me as being really, really interesting, but I sell pounds and pounds of this stuff. If you guys are interested, please reach out to me and let me know. A little bit of foreign silver here. It's kind of nice. Some Canadian, of course. It's plastic on my hand. And then some other, 50% Canadian. There's some random Russian silver, random silver metal. There's like an Australian florin. So most of the stuff I accumulate and then sell it by weight on that stuff. A small amount of war nickels, which I accumulate and just sell wholesale. There's a few people that buy them. Also the wholesaler that I ship a lot of stuff to is also buying this stuff. But basically when you guys order this kind of thing for me, it's the same price that I get from the wholesaler. So good deal for you guys if you're into it. I generally don't recommend it, but there are a few people that enjoy this because, especially right now, it's very, very low premium. So, if that interests you, let me know, and I can get you on the list for that kind of thing. Let's see. A few other random exchangeable things. So, a lot of Canadian banknotes I send off. A few of these older ones with, not quite sure if this is Edward or who that is on there. I had not seen a 50. I will offer this to some people that do whatnot because I know there's a few of them that specialize in Canadian banknotes, and there's a few, older ones and things like that. But a lot of this stuff, especially like something like this modern note, I can exchange. So basically, I just paid a percentage of exchange rate, and worst case is that gets shipped off, as well as a few $1 and $2 coins, which I know I will be able to exchange. All right. Kind of saving the big fun stuff for the end for you guys. Nice stack of paper currency, as I mentioned, some 2s, and then lots of 1s, and a lot of funny backs. So again, this kind of stuff, if it interests you, I will just put a list together for you guys of what I have, or I will stock them on the website as they come in for basically my wholesale price on those. Leave that there for now. And then let's see, big kind of thing is a lot of the albums, as unfortunate as it is, a lot of, and I'll just show you guys a thing of a lot of these albums were like, they were basically falling apart. Just as an example, this album here, the back fell off of it, right? I can't do anything with that. So basically, I am taking the coins out of here and recycling the cardboard. It's unfortunate. Most of these, like I said, were also empty. So unlike the last ones, just parting them out. I just put all the 90% together. There are some better dates in here. I pulled out the better date Mercury dime. There was one 1921, which I paid them well for, because that is a little bit better date. And there was one 20-cent piece, 1875. This is probably like a AG coin. The reverse is actually pretty nice on this. The front is pretty sad. So it'll be whatever, book price fair on that wholesale kind of market for that kind of raw coin. But all the barber stuff gets bundled up until I have 50 or 100 face value, and then I go through the dates and pick out the better dates, and I fill up the raw album, and then the rest just gets sold for basically a times face amount. Right now today melt is like $31. It may be 35, it may be 40, kind of depending on the condition. If they're full rims or if they're really slicked out, it really just depends. But anything over, that melt value amount gets pulled out. But, there's a lot of stuff in here that is still considered a semi-key or a better date, and basically just the silver value is tied up with the coin. So if you guys are interested in barbers or things like that, I have people that are still interested, but I'm always expanding my list of things that I'm putting aside for people. So please reach out to me for that. Let's see. A few better albums here are, I got a Indian headset album. This is, or pardon me, this is the Lincoln set. I was looking at the Indian headset. So this is not complete. It does not have the big key dates. No 09S, 09 SVDB, no 14D, and there was no 31S, and no 22D, or no D rather. So for this kind of thing, basically I will need to decide if I want to part it out and put it up for sale on eBay or just sell it as is. If you guys are interested, please reach out to me. I'd much prefer to sell it as an album first, then put in the work to get it all parted out, which could take months to get all my money out of it. So if you're interested, this actually is a reasonable start to the collection for somebody that is interested in that. The album is not in terribly good shape. The camera to focus. It is falling apart, so I would pack this very well. But if you're interested, please reach out to me, and I would cut you a fair deal on something like this. And then the last thing here is a Indian headset album, and conditionally, again, this is a far cry compared to the last one. The last one was really nice. I was very happy to purchase that, but a lot of these coins have conditional issues. We have missing dates here, and we're missing the 77, of course, which is to be expected. But, you know, the coins are not totally destroyed, but just compared to the last one that I bought a week or two ago, this is a far cry from that. There is one 08S, which I'm always happy to purchase key date and semi-key date coins. So, you know, that is, you can see that there, the S at the top there. So I'm very happy to do that. So again, I might try to sell this as individually or part it out. Again, prefer to sell it as a group, give you guys a better price, a lot easier for me aside from the pricing. But this is probably just the end of the video, wrapping it up. I'm not going to do a giveaway on this one just because I am taking some time off, but I appreciate you guys so much. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will do an extra giveaway on this video as well as the next following video for you guys. So please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See you now. Bye-bye.